Good afternoon, Prenounder, Croizo. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are again. Farmer Ben, Adui, Farmer Ben, I am Farmer Ben, and I am back on Dragonfall and Puzzles. Now, for those of you that are free players or cheap players like, well, I'm free, but if you're a cheap player as well, this is the sort of time in the game when you really need to be opting in as much as you can. You'll see that since my last video, I've gained, I think it was level 4 last video, I'm now level 6. So I've ascended myself twice. I've upgraded several buildings. My stronghold's now level 5, so that's all coming on. There I've expanded my territory in my castle, so I now have access to this sort of area down here where I've got these very low level buildings which I've only just built. Keep upgrading them, but obviously some of them you can't do until later on. No idea what this funky tower over here is going to be for. I love the ruined castle next to it. That actually looks like a proper ruined castle rather than the sort of over the top fantasy castles which tend to be in all these kind of games. Also, there's this sort of prison islandy area here, which I'm intrigued by. Again, it says area locked, come back later, so what that will develop into, who knows. My dragon, there's my dragon, hello dragon. He flies around. I can upgrade him now, although he's off on a mission. So what I found is that the dragon, and I believe this is a misspelling here at the bottom where it says upguard. So my dragon is off on tour, and he will be back in about 5.5 hours. The last time he went off on tour, he came back with all sorts of bits and bobs, but some gems, which is handy, because obviously gems can be used for summoning. I'm saving up my gems at the moment because I'm not sure. I don't want to sort of rush to go mad using the gems. That said, yeah, so daily summons are not really there at the minute. Can you see the heroes? No, you can't, I don't think. Interesting that. Can you see what heroes are available? Ah, there we are, yeah, you can. So we got Severa. Yes, so you can see which heroes you can get. Obviously, mainly 1 and 2 stars come up. Haven't had any 3-star troops yet. Most of my troops now I've got 2-star. I think I've got 2-star troops with every hero. I've joined an alliance. The alliance is called Home of Heroes. I prefer it if it had an E where the heroes go, but maybe that's an Americanism, I don't know. That's my grumble. Seems, you know, at this stage, I mean, it's very hard to know how strong an alliance is and everything else. In terms of alliances, there was a leaderboard somewhere? No, hang on. I can't remember if you see the leaderboard now. More alliances, was it? Ah, there we are, leaderboard. So we are second strongest alliance in the world, but then this is really incredibly early days, so that doesn't really mean a huge amount at the moment. But you know, we'll see what happens. Lots of new alliances being set up. I decided, I know on the first beta when I set up my own alliance, I've decided not to go for that. I'm not really, driven enough to do such things. Yeah, so the dragon's off doing its bit. And as I say, you want to be sort of actively coming on and logging in as much as you can to upgrade buildings. Now, you don't need to upgrade everything. At this stage, it's like buildings which only take like 2 minutes to upgrade. You may as well upgrade as much as you can. But things like my training schools, my training camps, I'm going to want one to be at level 4, probably the other at level 2, at least for a short time, until you get up to sort of level 11 and you can start getting guaranteed 3 stars, and level 13 when you start getting a chance of 4-star heroes. So that is all sort of really important in the game. My heroes are sort of slowly progressing, not really making a massive amount of progress. Slindy here is my sort of strongest hero. Don't know why it's always a yellow 3-star they give you in these games, but there we are. 275 damage to target, minus 25 target accuracy. So that's, you know, that's okay. You know, she's a reasonable one. Quite pleased with this fella. This is Ragron Silvereye, who is deal 95 damage to all enemies, but minus 20% defense, which is actually for all enemies, which is quite useful. That's quite a good skill. The other 3-star I've got, who I'm not leveling at the minute because I'm going for Ragnar Silvereye first, is Athena, who is like him, but hits a single target. Hits the target hard, of mine. So, you know, it's kind of the Ulmer and, I can't remember the other guy's name. I want to say Valen, but I don't think it is, from Empires and Puzzles. There we are. So that's where we're at. In terms of the missions, they are getting a little bit trickier now. I can't really, I have had a go at this one. So having to use a lot of battle items. So I've mainly been farming sort of level 4. And farming-wise, you know, this one I can complete on auto. My heroes are still, you know, developing their strength as it is. So this one, like, is quite a comfortable one on auto, but just to sort of whiz through it here. you can see I'm not wasting, and I would suggest sort of quite strongly, don't waste any time leveling up your 1 and 2 star heroes. They will not stick around for long. So these ones, it's probably not even worth learning their names. Azura, Tidar, and Sprint. Their life expectancy is very, very short. So basically, don't spend any effort or energy or money or time leveling them up. You're much better off saving for the stronger hero, saving for your 3 stars, who will become your sort of bread and butter heroes at this stage of the game, because I imagine Ascension items are going to be harder to come by. That said, like, you know, if you're a big spender and you want to go for your 4 and 5 stars, go for it. As a cheap player, for me, the emphasis at this stage of the game, at least, is always going to be on my 3 stars. Hopefully, there will at some point be some kind of event where having a lot of sort of strong 3 stars will give me the opportunity to win some 4 stars and some better heroes. So that's kind of the long-term strategy, as it were. There we are. So there we are. So that's how the game is progressing. As you can see, sort of still gradually developing my skills, making my base stronger. Builder wants to be constantly working at this point as much as you can. Remember that whilst most buildings need iron to upgrade, the farms and watchtower, the dragon tower, sorry, can be upgraded using food. So you'll see that once this building, the mine shaft, is fully is leveled up next time, it will take food to level it up again. I may do that, and then I'll hopefully have more iron to then eventually do Stronghold level 6. Remember to keep checking as well. You get these missions which just net you some useful like bits and pieces. Work your hero reaches level 30. So some of them, most of them, you will just have just naturally will occur. It says 15 consecutive raid victories. So at the moment, it's quite a good time to be raiding people. There's a lot of players out there who are. This is the team, because this is the team basically you start the game with. So they are quite easy targets. Because although my heroes aren't very strong, they are leveled up more than these guys. So there are a lot of easy teams to do things like get consecutive raids, you know, row trophies and things like that, which are all, you know, nice little rewards to have. Does mean I'm having to re-roll a few times, but it should mean that I can get some extra bonuses in this very sort of early stage of the game, where these kind of things can make a really big difference to the way the game develops over time. And yeah, I think those are kind of the main points. I'm going to turn this one beginner's guide, because I think this is really sort of the first one I'm actually starting to think about strategy. Still got a lot to learn. Some bits are very much standard for match 3 games, but the dragon thing intrigues me. I really do quite like the dragon thing. I'm hoping there'll be a little bit more to it than you just send it off and it comes back every time. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what they've decided to do with that. And there we are. So, as I say, an awful lot of teams at the minute are just made up of that standard rack of 5 heroes, and you can see like level 2 players. So they're easy targets at the moment. So make the most of it if you want to get you know, consecutive raid wins, whilst they are, well, a little bit rubbish. Anyway, there we are. Hopefully there was something useful in there. As I say, it's a new game. I'm certainly sticking with it for now. I'm really, like I say, graphically I'm very impressed with it. I think it looks stunning. And it seems to be intriguing. The company that are developing it seem to be pushing it well, which has been an issue with a couple of the other games I've played, is it sort of felt like they're not really going anywhere with it. And obviously with my YouTube empire, cough cough, I want to be you know, targeting games which are going to get me some views, because you know, that's the name of the game. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe. And it just remains for me to say, Hoil Vour, and may death come swiftly to your enemies.